So you wrote the book, The Devil's Yoga, a woman's journey from entrapment to freedom. What is freedom to you? What is your idea and understanding of what freedom is?
I think in this particular circumstance, especially related to the book, it was about being free of shamanic sorcery, free of being entrapped, free of being told that the truth lies in this direction when really the truth is over to the other direction. And so I think for me, this freedom is a freedom of the falsities that I bought into. It's a lifelong process. Getting free of the entrapment and free of kind of being enchanted by falsity and by things that weren't true. And I feel that over time, it's something that we continue to evolve into. I'm free of the beliefs that I even took on as a child and the false beliefs of even within the spiritual realm, and just finding our truth more and more and more, I feel like is a pathway to freedom.
What is spirituality to you, and what is spiritual healing?
I think for me, I'm very left-brained. I used to love science and critical thinking and all of this. And for me, I always felt like all of us are spiritual. We all have our mental bodies, our physical bodies, our emotional capabilities, and we all, from my point of view, have a spirit. And so our spirituality can look so different. Maybe to a football player, their spirituality is when they're in the zone, right? And then that's where they're really feeling that connection. But I think all of us, we have our physical bodies and our intellect and our hearts. And I think that for me, it's just one aspect of our totality. And I feel like there's been a little bit of an emphasis on somehow the spiritual aspect is the most important. I would question that a little bit and say that I think it's in our totality. Can we integrate all of our beingness in a moment? And so I feel like it's not just one aspect of us, but us in our totality.
Yeah. Some say the body, the mind, and the spirit. Would you say the same thing, or would you add another component?
I would definitely add the heart. I think the heart is actually, for me, the more I can get into my heart, I feel more connected to everything, not just like my own spirit, but to other people and to the earth. And I feel like we do have like a little bit of a mind, body, spirit movement. And I feel that the key part of that, at least in my life, has been through the heart that we connect and integrate everything.
Do you think it's possible to access unconditional love coming from a conditioned mind and body?
I feel like in my life, I've had moments of it, especially if I'm doing a shamanic journey or in those moments of it. Have I been able to bring that into my reality on a daily basis? I haven't. Do I still remain open to the concept? I feel that it's healthier for me to work with myself as a conditional being. I'm in this body, in the 3D realm. I have this mind. And if I acknowledge what is for me with who I am right now, I have these conditions. I view things through my perceptions, through my history, through what I've been taught. If I really almost acknowledge that I have this kind of an innate bias, then I think I can be more free of it. And so for me, even though we might be able to experience this unconditional love in this realm, I feel like for me, the closest I can get is when I actually acknowledge the fact that I am very conditioned. And that I can look at that and I can look at that. I'm seeing through my conditions, and can I soften that perception a little bit and maybe look beyond that?
Talk to me about shamans. How do we know when we have found the right one, if we need one, to guide us deeper into what life is all about?
That's a really great question, because I do feel that there are a lot of people stepping into that role these days and calling themselves the shaman without the actual training of shamanism. And I think that the term is being used very loosely now. So how do we know that we actually found one? I think that's really tricky, because even with this particular retreat center that I was in Latin America, they have wonderful reviews, and they're warranted. and they have beautiful people there, really well-intentioned people. And so you could see, look at that place and say, well, this place is really great. But there's also this sense of who is controlling the narrative. If they have really great reviews, were the not so great reviews removed? So it's hard to actually find our truth, even within the context of glowing reviews, because even the man I got entangled with, people love this guy. He does have a really wonderful side of him, and he does have a really big heart, and he also has his wounds that cause him to participate in behavior that's not ideal. And so to actually find someone that is in integrity and is in alignment, I think that it is a lot of our own inner work to see if this person is in alignment with us. Someone did ask, oh, Kerry, would you recommend this place? And I had said to her, well, what does your heart say? What does your soul say? And she goes, I don't know yet. I was like, okay, well, definitely don't be asking me. Let's look at our own hearts. Like, don't look at the reviews. Don't whatever anyone else said. Like, what is your soul saying about this particular situation or this particular person? So I do feel that finding a real authentic shaman, if we are in need of one, is really quite the inside work. Especially nowadays, where they can be promoted and their websites look glamorous, and all the reviews say exactly what we need them to say, and the testimonials are up to snuff. I think it can be really well disguised.